as a kid, listening to Lavender Town would scare me so much that after listening, I thought someone would just come bust down my door. And those cursed YouTube videos would be even worse. Oh my goodness. Obey the Walrus and I Feel Fantastic would scare me to tears, bro. Because videos like those, I legit would think they're cursed. And I would die in 7 days like The Ring after watching. These are the videos that would keep me up at night, leaving me in a cold sweat. But the main videos that would scare me the most were the Sunshine Girl videos. Now, if you don't remember or know who this is, The Haunted of Sunshine Girl was this channel that used to post these scary ghost sightings. And she also had this Paranormal Activity series where she would film the ghost sightings of her supposed haunted house. Now, obviously these videos are fake and all, but me as a kid, I was eating this up. Like, look at this. That's a real ghost! That's a real ghost in her kitchen! In her kitchen!
Time is almost done.
Yo, you see her face? Faces aren't supposed to look like that! And she disappeared! This is as real as you can get. Now, I 100% doubt she made these videos to be perceived as real. No, there's literally seasons of it. But me being a dumb kid, I believed everything that was shot in found footage style. I even remember believing the Smosh Easy Bake Oven skit was real for a bit. I was a very gullible kid that had a fascination of being scared and of horror topics. And I still do to this day. But it's really hard to be a fan of this genre because nothing is new and nothing is scary. Now, we're in the modern day, and I felt when I was a kid, I was engrossed with all these scary stuff because it was all new to me, stuff I ain't never heard before. But today, there are no new topics of horror to discuss other than these TikTok horror stories. People have been talking about the same stuff for years. Like, how many times do I have to hear about Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared and Blank Room Soup being scary? They're not scary! In fact, I used to love Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared as a kid. The story and the hidden messages used to intrigue me so much. I used to watch MatPat series of it. And not to mention the songs were bangers. Like, I used to get sturdies to the Clock song. And Blank Room Soup is fake. Let's just get this over with. It's fake, bro. There's 4 different scary
Time is almost
and
done.
that alone should indicate that it's an ARG. Can we stop talking about these now? For the love of Allah. I be seeing these 2 videos pop up in every iceberg video. Sometimes them even being near the bottom, being at level 4 or 5. Like, why is it even in the video? And they be hyping it up like it's the scariest thing you will ever see. Like, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is a video series on YouTube that used to scare the living socks off of kids living in America and Iraq. The series starred puppets doing weird things, so weird that it makes you think the puppets are real people in need of help. Rumor has it that if you watch the series 3 times, your father leaves you. Moving on to the bottom of the iceberg. SpongeBob, the lost episode. Like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Who above the age of 5 finds this scary? Half of these horror iceberg videos are the biggest waste of time because they just be copy and paste of each other, with maybe something being in a different place this time. Like, none of this is new or scary. Hearing about a fake banned episode of the Rugrats isn't scary. Come to think of it, most creepypastas are pretty much just fan fiction. Jeff the Killer was such a stupid one too, but it had me shivering my timbers when I first heard it. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm growing up, but combined with no new horror content, horror movies aren't scary anymore. Like, none of them. I honestly don't remember the last time I was scared of a horror movie recently. I'm not gonna go too deep in horror movies because I low-key want to make a video on them. So I'm just gonna say, jump scares aren't scary. Or at least, it's not a real form of scary. I'm mainly talking about the forced jump scares. Forced jump scares are the ones that go off when nothing even remotely scary is happening. Like, a scene like this could be happening and then a jump scare happens for no reason. Hi Mom, good morning. Good morning, sweetie. How was your sleep? It was fine, I guess. Mom, do you know where the cookies are? What are you talking about, sweetie? The cookies are right there on the counter. Yeah. Something like that. Outside of all the stuff I've spoken about this whole video, There's only one form of media that continues to consistently scare me to this day. Horror games. Not analog horror games, that shit is goofy. Horror video games are the only thing that be scaring me nowadays. And the reason why I think that's the case is because scary video games are way more immersive than any other form of horror, because you're in the experience yourself. Besides those haunted houses that make you sign a waiver before you go in, I'm never going to those things. They literally torture you. When playing a horror game, as soon as it starts, you're already on edge. Because in almost every horror game, something is chasing after you as soon as you hit the start button. Then you gotta think quick. You have to accomplish the objective as fast as possible before this person or thing kills you. That's why I find horror games scary. Even in the low quality ones like Granny, I'll still get scared. Even though Granny looks like garbage, but best believe when I see her when playing it, I'm freaking out! Like she actually in my house! And I only feel this towards horror games. And I might be a pussy for thinking this, but when I play a horror game, I feel as if someone is actually chasing me because I'm so immersed in the game when playing it. When I'm playing Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm checking the cameras in real life too. I can only feel this level of immersion on roller coasters too, since I'm literally spinning around 100 feet in the air. But the scariest one I've been on is specifically that 4D SpongeBob ride at Universal Studios. Why was that so scary? The pirate literally grabs you, throws you underwater, and then by the end of it, Plankton is trying to kill you! How is this for kids? And since it was 4D, water would be squirted on you, and the seats would shake, and it was so loud in there. Oh my god, this is honestly the scariest roller coaster I've ever been on. And I'm not even lying. You know those videos with those crazy, insane roller coasters that would legit give you scoliosis? That's like a baby horse spinny ride compared to the SpongeBob ride at Universal Studios. That's the two things that scare me. Horror games and sometimes roller coasters. And I guess hell too, but that's only second to SpongeBob. Of course I'm scared of more stuff than that, but I'm mostly talking about stuff in entertainment that's supposed to scare you. Stuff that scare me in real life could be an entirely different thing. But stuff I talked about in this video, creepypastas, horror movies, SpongeBob, were all scary to me at one point, but now growing older, they mostly seem tame. And since this is about scary stuff, I want to end this on a story, on one of the scariest experiences that had ever happened to me in my life. Now before I tell it, this is a real thing I experienced back in like late elementary or early middle school, one of the two, and I was not dreaming. This was not a dream. I was fully awake. It was a summer night like any other. Me and my brother shared a room with each other at this time. I slept in a bunk bed so the room would have more space. Everyone was asleep. I woke up in a hot sweat in the middle of the night. This happens to me a lot during the summertime, so it wasn't that out of the ordinary. Usually I go right back to sleep within the next minute or two. But I also lift my back and turn my head to look at the rest of the room, just to see and hear if anyone else was awake. But when I looked this time around, I saw something very strange. I turned my head and looked down at my room from my bunk bed, and I saw my dark room being lit up by candles that was surrounding the big chair in the middle of the room. I was very confused because my brothers were asleep, so why were the candles lit in the middle of the room? Then at the doorway of my room, someone slowly entered, and I was in utter terror. A long black-haired girl in a white dress slowly entered my room. She basically looked identical to the girl from The Ring. She walked slowly inside my room, heading towards the front of the candlelit chair. When reaching the front of the chair, she kneeled down slowly and went into a prayer position. I turned around quickly and went under my covers, sweating profusely, hoping she didn't see me. And as I hid under my covers, I remember I started to hear whispering. I couldn't understand it whatsoever. I was so afraid that I hid under my hot covers, not showing an inch of skin, sweating for what felt like an hour, too scared to go to sleep. The whispering soon stopped, but I was still too scared to go to sleep or leave my covers. I eventually ran out of steam, and I forced myself to go to sleep, hoping she was gone. I closed my eyes and hoped for the best. The next morning I woke up. I instantly turned around to get out of my covers, to see if anything from last night was still there. Nothing. No candles and no girl. It was like if they were never really there. But that night spooked me so much. I didn't tell any of my family about it until 2 years later when I told my mom. She just said I had a bad dream. But it wasn't a dream. I was awake the entire time. Now, as I get older, I'm starting to think maybe I was hallucinating. You know how when you first wake up you see things like thinking a coat in your closet is a person? But I know I wasn't dreaming. And I also stared at the girl and the candles for a long enough time that it sometimes makes me doubt I was hallucinating. I don't know though. I'm kinda weirded out. Leave a comment of what you think I saw that night. Or if you have any similar experiences like I did. I'm very curious to read them. Also follow the stuff in the description. And in conclusion, push these niggas off me like, push these bitches off me like, push these niggas off me like,
Start!
To hear this electric crackle of carbonation, described as crispy, not crisp,
Throw it down!
crispy, sounds just about perfect.
Ready? Start!
You don't feel anything, do you? I feel it all.
Ready? Start! Whoa! Nice shot! Ready? Start! Get out of here! Slam dunk! Three-pointer! Rebound! Time is almost up. Nice dish.
I think it's really important to shed light on how some of us guys be acting around these girls. Cause man, lately it's been getting out of control, bro. If you have a homeboy who act like any of these, please tell him to lock you up. You don't need him
Start.
to missions. But without further ado, here's the 7 different tips, guys.
Take.
Starting off with number 1, we got Mr. I Got Too Much Money. Yeah, we gonna start this one off hot. It's pretty self-explanatory too. The Mr. I Got Too Much Money is infamously known to display public demonstrations
Oh my God.
of his net worth. What does that mean? This nigga will use any and every
Ready?
chance to make it known to the rest of y'all that he has bread. And y'all don't. This type of character will put into the most hype beast, designer ass fit with like 20 chains on, 2 APs on his wrist, 3 track hawk keys around his
Hurry
belt,
up.
and about $35,000
Yeah,
in
nice
cash. All in his pockets. Don't be surprised if this nigga just
Nice
magically
deal.
get a phone call talking about some tell them to keep the
Nice
extra
shot.
one track. I got another one at the crib, it don't matter. The Hellcat too, I don't want that shit no more. I can just keep it. You said Young
Start.
Boy and Dirk want a feature. What the I thought they was beefing. Oh, you said they willing to put their differences aside to collab with me? Okay, for sure. Number
Ready?
2, Mr. That's Really My Shirt.
Start.
Now, this particular individual is really something to see. Now, Mr.
Nice
That's
try.
Really My Shirt makes it his mission to sabotage the entire objective. He don't give a fuck either. He is by far the most hatingest nigga on this list. And here's why. Imagine you and your squad, y'all know what right? Bob's is immaculate, energy, cool, straight. Now your manager starts complimenting you. She's saying, "Oh my god,
Time.
I like your shirt so cute."
3-point
In
shot.
comes this nigga. Man, what the hell? That's really my shirt. I've been told you to
Get
get that
out
back. I
of
don't know
here.
why you still have it. It ain't even your size because you too small to even fit in it. That's why it's mine for real. It only fit me, and I'm only bringing this shit up in the first place because you got complimented on it, and I'm a hating ass nigga. See? 9 times out of 10, this type of nigga actually lended you the shirt in the first place and gave you permission to wear it. But they only bring that shit up whenever you at the top of your game. So that's why these type of niggas is the worst. Steer
Nice shot.
clear. Number 3, Mr. I Wanna Fight. Lord, I'm ready. before I talk about this one. Scrap what I said 30 seconds ago about number 2 being the worst. Nigga, the Mr. I Wanna Fight? The Mr. Bro, I'm getting pissed off just talking about this nigga. The Mr. I Wanna Fight has to be adopted or abandoned or as a child or dropped on his head as a kid. These niggas are not normal, right? The Mr. I Wanna Fight will go out of his way to try and rumble with you. And it only be in front of the hoes. Any other time, this could be passive as f. It could be Android 16. Then soon as the bitches come around, this motherfucker turns into Goku. Now, you can't fool with these type of niggas, bro. I'm telling y'all. These the type of niggas that feel the need to assert their dominance when girls are present. And they use you as an example. They might put your ass in the meanest chokehold, unaware that the entire time they are quite literally scaring the hoes away. Number 4, Mr. Funny Man. Now, honestly, out of all the ones on this list, this type of individual is probably the most tame, but only when they don't get out of control. You feel me? Well, let me explain. The Mr. Funny Man, in some cases, in most cases, can be an excellent partner in many missions. This type of character often keeps the vibes right and the energy high, and it's a good asset to your team. However, this type of character can also ruin the mission, and it usually doesn't impact anyone but you. If unchecked, the Mr. Funny Man can quite literally laugh his and your girl right out they drawers. And the only one that catches an L is you. Sometimes these niggas don't even know when to dial that shit back, and I'm not gonna lie, I have been one of these niggas before. Most of the time, this type of nigga is unaware of his effect when he's in his bag, and usually he's just being himself. But like I said earlier, if you're not careful, this nigga will laugh his and your girl right up out they drawers. So be on your guard. Number 5, Mr. Get on Your Ass. Now this one is interesting because it's kind of a form of the Mr. Funny Man, but instead of this nigga making the girls laugh at jokes, he makes the girls laugh at the expense of your ass. These type of individuals, for some reason, find it necessary to just get on your ass in front of the girls. Like, they don't care. They'll talk about you being broke, you spending with your mama, they'll talk about you needing a retwist. Nothing is off the table for this type of nigga. Now, if you're lucky, the girls y'all with will hopefully see this nigga being corny as fuck inside of you. But I've been in situations personally when my homie was doing this and the girls were just, they were just with it, they were just eating it up. So with this type of character, it ultimately depends if y'all with some classy, intelligent women or some type of class house. It really just depends on the type of females y'all with, for real. Number 6, Mr. Lil Bro. The Mr. Lil Bro should not be confused with the Mr. Get on Your Ass. While the Mr. Get on Your Ass tries to win over the girls by making you the butt of jokes, the Mr. Lil Bro strategy is to make you seem like a fucking child. Let me explain. The Mr. Lil Bro will often take any chance he can to make you seem like the lesser man or a child or Lil Bro. They will often say something like, yo, remember when I used to change your diapers back in the day? Man, you just always peed in the bed, bro. Yeah, wow. Y'all know he still doesn't like eating vegetables, even at his age. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. You'd start eating them or you'll never grow any facial hair or that little baby face. Oh, look at that baby face. Oh, little bit of baby face. I hate these type of niggas, bro. This type of individual is most likely older than you and it's dangerous because they most likely knew you for a good amount of time and they got no problem with letting the hoes know how big bro they are compared to you. Anytime you encounter this, it's important to just focus on your mission and don't let it get to you, because as soon as you did get to you, it's when you're lost, bro. And finally, number 7, Mr. Cat. Man, I will never understand this type of person. Most likely whoever they are capping to already know that they capping, you feel me? The Mr. Cap is a person who, when around the girls, start capping. Similar to the Mr. I Got Too Much Money. These niggas will often make up entire scenarios or situations that they've never been in. They might hit you with the, yeah, I was really with Mariah the Scientist long before she even blew up, you feel me? I was with Susan Baby before she got the surgery and all that shit, you feel me? Like, straight like that, like, I really like that for real. Now this might be a hot take, but in some cases, if my homies and I are on a mission and they start capping to the girls, I typically won't mind. If it's a healthy lie, let me explain. Small white lies that are believable are okay with me. As long as it don't hurt nobody, I'm straight, I'm cool. As long as it don't affect nobody.